Hey.
What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. Thank y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of Everyday People, Everyday Conversations. I am one of your hosts, Tiffany D. Collins.
And I am Tiffany Tifco Joseph, dropping nuggets tonight.
Drop them nuggets.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Anika Roseborough, better known as Nika Rika.
Hey, what's up, peeps? I'm Vashawn, holding it down for all the men and all the bros out there.
So we want to make sure you please stay tuned to the end of the show because we want you all to chime into our hot topic.
And today, y'all, we got a very, very touchy subject, a very, very hot topic for our main topic tonight. And today, the topic will be family secrets swept under the rug.
Yes, indeed. And please go out and like and share our Facebook page, Everyday People, Everyday Conversations with the S.
That's right.
Also, you can go on YouTube and just type in Epic Talk Show to put up any previous shows.
Absolutely. All right. So we are going to introduce the man of the hour, none other than Brandon Chancellor, but I call him Chancellor because that's my boy there.
All right.
Hey! Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for taking this time and to have me on your show. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a whole lot. It's good to see all of y'all.
And we're honored to have you, sir. Thank you for being on our show.
Thank you. So we'll go ahead and get started. Jump right into our interview. So, Brandon, I was getting ready to say Chancellor.
That's fine. That's fine.
So, at what age did you begin your acting career, and what inspired you to become an actor?
Okay, so this is very interesting because, as I understand it, I was in a commercial for a toy store when I was about 4 or 5 years old.
Oh.
And from that, Jan Glenn from Channel 13 came to my kindergarten and interviewed me at lunchtime. And so I was in this commercial and I'm in this interview on Channel 13 and it was all a very big time for me and for my family, right? My grandmothers and my aunts were all just absolutely out of control with the whole thing. Unfortunately, the following year, my mother had her first stroke when I was about 6 years old, and it left her in a wheelchair, left her paralyzed in a wheelchair. So any acting or any furthering of that acting endeavor was put on hold for, immediately, as she was the one who was, she was the one who was finding out about these sort of things for me. And so with her being sick and in and out of hospitals and nursing homes and undergoing treatment for paralysis and being in the wheelchair, like all that came to a stop. So I grew up with, these memories of doing this thing and always wondering how can I get back into that? Like who do I need to know? Where do I go? Right. And it was very interesting because not until probably 1999, I saw an ad in Houston for an agency that was looking for models and actors and people to be extras and such. And I went to this thing and filled out all the information and was told all these positive things and ultimately never heard anything back from it. Fast forward to 2015. See, everything really started in 2015 for me as I received an email about an audition for a Michael Silver film that was going to be shot here in Houston.
Right.
And I didn't know anything about it. I just went to the thing and I figured it would work itself out, and I'd figure it out as I went along. And it was very, it was in a house and you picked up the cast of characters and you looked at what you thought you could possibly do and you told the people and they gave you the script and you memorized the lines and you headed upstairs and they had this huge room upstairs and that's where they were reading the lines and I was like, whoa, I don't know what I'm going to do here. And it had the role of a probation officer. And I said, I think I can probably do that. I already had on the fitted shirt. And I had the cargo pants and everything. And I already probably looked the part. And there was just a few lines. So I memorized everything really quickly. And when it's my turn to get up there, I hit my mark, and I never forget the casting director was a woman named Nikki Coffey, and I hit my lines, and she and her casting team looked at each other, and they were, You know, they were excited, and I was like, yes, I did it. And she said, you know, there's another part I'd like for you to read for, and I was like, oh shit, okay.
I've been there before.
It's like great. It's got to be a good thing. And so she gave me the other line and the other part, and I read for it. And again, the casting team was, you know, they were just, and I'm like, this can't be this easy. And I did everything like they asked, and apparently I was all that they were looking for. And I skipped out of there and was so happy. I never heard anything back from that. And I don't know what happened with the movie. I've sent Michael Silver, I don't know how many DMs. He probably thinks I'm psychotic. I've tried to reach out to the casting director. I couldn't find her. But it was from that alone. It was from that audition. Right. It was from that audition that bolstered me and fortified me so much that I thought I can do this. I can do this. I just need to find opportunities, and I can do this thing. And so ever since then, ever since 2015, leading into 2021, when Tiff and I were signed to the, I'm looking for nice words here. It was a talent agency, right, Tiff, and she and I were signed to it.
Why you gotta make me do this?
I'm gonna ask you a question.
No.
So did they find you any jobs?
What's that?
Did they find you any jobs?
They found me a job.
They found you a job.
A job, right?
So how long were you?
Tiff, am I lying? They found us a job.
They found
correct?
us a job.
How long were y'all assigned to them?
For like less than a year.
They found us a job. But I met Tiff, and Tiff knew people, and from that, Tiff and I were in our my first stage play. And from there, it was like, you know, it was more so about the actors in the community that you find opportunities from. Not, I mean, I guess agencies work as well, but I have been busy from just knowing people.
Listen, I can tell you, I've been way busy on my own.
Exactly.
Than I've ever been under an agent. Okay.
Exactly.
And you know what? We got to come in here. Mr. Derek Parsay says he's been there before. So, hey, you're encouraging people. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't let that stop you.
No, I wouldn't. I think an agency, the right agency, can help you. I believe that. But I'm also, you know, I'm staying very busy just from knowing people and from finding out opportunities from other people. And I think influence, Anika, you asked who influenced me. I like, you know, when you become an actor, right? When you were this actor, you watch movies differently. Right. I don't watch movies.
You see it from a whole different. You become so critical.
You analyze everything.
Nobody want to watch a movie with me.
Yeah, because
I
don't want to. I'm not going to shut up because I'm always like, why did he do that? Why is the lighting like this? Well, how come the sound is off?
I had one like that in the last scene.
Yeah.
What earring game?
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Acting and all that stuff. You know, watching the movie would never be the same.
Yeah. I got another question for you though, Chancellor. So, up on all of your extensive experience that you've had, the people want to know. Now, listen, I know we've been on a journey together here, like you said, since 2021. But I think our journey has kind of deepened a little bit, starting in 2022. So, the people want to know, what has your journey been like on the Walk of Purity?
On the Walk of Purity,
and the series. Just talk about your journey a little bit with that.
It's been very exciting. I am very fortunate and blessed to have been involved in it. You cast me for a part, like a speaking part, and I couldn't make it, and you still kept me on board as an extra. And you know, when you sent out the trailer, and I sent it to everybody, right? And they were like, I saw you.
That was you. Yep, you were in there in the background. Yep, that was you.
So that was huge. That was huge for me, and it was like that was an opportunity for me to see like how the lighting worked and how the sound worked, right? Because you had the whole squad, you know, doing everything, and it was all professional. And again, from that, I just met more people and more potential
networking
opportunities. And so everything is a potential blessing. So you've got to look at it like that. A lot of things are very difficult and challenging.
And I was blessed to meet you as well.
Chancellor, we can't hear you.
We lost him.
We can't hear you,
Your
Chancellor.
volume. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Hello.
There we
Yeah,
go.
we got you.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
from
it's
that
everything's a
blessing of
blessing.
meeting you too,
It's all a blessing, and you got to look for those blessings, because blessings are definitely there. The people that are, you know, so kind and welcoming, which I wasn't looking for, and I didn't expect that, but that's an added bit of fortune to meet these people and be surrounded by such tremendous talent, like all the time, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
and I'm so glad to have met you as well. When I met you, I also used you when I was asked to come on City Hall.
Right.
She had a 10 to 15 minute skit about Martin Luther King.
I kicked Rosa Parks off the bus. That was me.
You throw it up.
Yeah.
You killed it.
So I'm like, good job. I really enjoy your acting and watch you. I am a fan as well.
Thank
as
you.
your co-actors. But I have more questions for you. You
Sure.
know, there's so much talent here in Houston.
Oh,
Not
absolutely.
only are there actors, I see that you are a musician as well.
Right.
You know, so sometimes, you know, let's go back to Jamie Foxx.
Right.
You see, Jamie Foxx used comedy to sing because really
Right.
his passion was singing, but he could not make it as a singer.
Right.
So he used comedy. He gained his stardom there, and then he went from there and began to sing. Okay,
Sure.
so now tell me how being a musician, your career in a musician, that's A2, and how did you transition into acting, and which one do you like the most?
If the music thing seems to be more consistent, you can always, I'm a drummer, right?
Okay.
And you can, everyone always needs a drummer, right? I get calls all the time to play in a church or play here or play, somewhere. Everyone always needs a drummer if you're a session drummer, and people are always looking to form bands and things of that sort. That is more consistent than acting, but acting is it's more of a beautiful, fun challenge.
Okay.
Right? Because I know every Gap Band song, and I know every Cure song, and I know all the songs.
You know about the Gap Band.
It's like if Tifco wants me to act like the guy that threw Rosa Parks off the bus, well, I need to know what she wants. Right. So it's about pulling that out. It's about pulling that out of her and giving it back to her in a way that pleases her and makes her happy, and is ultimately believable, and the people can appreciate it. Right. So, but acting is not as consistent as music may be.
Okay, got it.
They're both enjoyable, but I don't want to carry drums around everywhere.
Right. Right.
That's a hassle. So I'd rather just show up and act and give you what you want and do that if at all.
Well,
possible.
at least that keeps you working.
Sure. Yeah.
It needs to keep you working, and I always explain that to a lot of people. When you're in acting, learn different facets of this thing, because when you're not acting, you need to be doing something to gain some money. So learn cameras, learn something. If you sing, use all of your talents, and then ultimately, you never know what door that may open. You being a drummer, you may be on the set, but they may need an actor right off and didn't know that you were, and that's how that just goes on. Blessings on top of blessings.
Yes, indeed.
You know all those things. Eventually, you can do it on your own.
You can be a jack of all trades. You ain't got to hire this person to do this, hire this person to do that. You can do it all yourself.
Absolutely. That's key. That would be key too.
You can be our modern day Prince. Prince played all his instruments.
That's a lot. That is a lot. But Prince did act, and he did make movies, and he's an extraordinary musician as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely. And hey B, what's up?
What's going on?
Quick question for you. Hey, the people want to know what was you doing in that strip club last night? I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
He's so messy.
Relax. I'm just playing.
They had a shrimp and steak special.
Shrimp and steak.
Boy, they got great food at the strip club.
They got great food.
Great food. I have a question, guys. Is the food really good at strip clubs, or is just the reason that y'all use to hang on that?
The chicken wings are good.
The chicken wings are good.
That good? They better than Buffalo. They better than Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes, I would say.
I would say so.
Definitely.
Okay.
Oh my God! Of course.
Well, maybe we need to just take a trip over there and eat.
Hey, I can always eat. But you know what? They're gonna be mad at me because, baby, I don't believe in just throwing my money. I go and I eat
No.
up the food and I pay for my food, but I ain't just throwing my money.
Exactly.
Okay, give me some food to eat.
The same way.
Yes,
Same
indeed,
way.
man. No, but on a serious note, B, a little birdie told us that not only that you're a actor, musician, you're also an author,
Yes, sir.
and you have a book coming out called "The Sunrise Is Mine." Can
That's
you
correct.
elaborate on that? What is and what inspired you to write this book?
Well, I started writing. I've always written. I always wrote as far back as probably the 10th grade. I had an English instructor who had us keep journals, right? And I would write about whatever I was going through, and I would go back, at looking at the previous year journal or whatever, and I could recall how I felt at that time, and that's how I knew writing and words, when they're strung along in the proper line and order, I knew they had power. Right.
Yes.
I recognized that then.
Mhm.
And so I always kept a journal, and I tried to write like creative short stories, but I couldn't, characters and plot and climax and resolution, all that. I couldn't get it together. So I wrote poetry, and I started seriously writing poetry in about 2001.
Okay.
And so I've been writing since then, and I've had, some opportunities to be published, either self-published or publishing house or hybrid publishing. And I've always made up excuses for whatever reason. But this year, I ran out of excuses, and I feel like I'm running out of time. I got more days behind me than I do ahead of me. So if I'm going to make this happen, I need to make it happen. And I got with a publisher, and it's poetry and my photography. Right.
Okay.
Cool.
It's my poetry, my photography, and my photography is it's black and white, and it's very stark contrast, abstract shots of urban architecture and things like that. And I think it creates the aesthetic for the writing, because the writing is about struggle and addiction and depression and that sort of thing. So I think my photography gives a picture to my poetry, if that makes sense.
That seemed like a very unique combination, how you collaborate all that stuff together.
Come on, poet,
we're
my fellow
very,
poet.
we're very, very anxious to see your book. And give us the name of the book again.
It's called The Sunrise Is Mine.
The Sunrise Is Mine, y'all. Y'all stay
Congratulations, by the
Thank
way,
you.
sir.
We'll
We're
be
so
ready.
happy for you.
Thank
Yes.
Nice.
We
Thank you.
wanna, be invited to a book signing. Don't,
Absolutely.
share that information so we can come and support you.
Absolutely. I was supposed to have something in hand today, but the publisher is dealing with some situations with their printer and all this kind of, going on, as they are sometimes want to do. So I apologize for that, but I am working on like pre-sale links and getting, something so that something in my hands soon, and being able to share that with everybody, as well as book signings and, when I'm on other podcasts, hopefully doing interviews talking about it. So I'm going to share all that.
Absolutely. And hopefully, we already speaking that thing into existence, because you know what? It's only up from here, sir.
It's only up from
All
here.
we do is go up. All we do is win, win, win,
That's
win.
right.
Hey,
That's
hey.
it. That's it.
Now let it stay there. Yeah, that's all we do is win over here, sir. So it's only up.
All
We're
the
speaking
way
life
up.
into you, as you were giving us life by being on our show today.
Absolutely.
We are
Thank
so
you.
appreciative of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And
And we
so,
hope that you really become a follower of us and continue to watch us as we bring new Houston talent in. And we
yes.
also, speak about our good hot topics today. And we really would like for you to make sure you come to our meet and greet, Cocktails and Conversation, on December 9th. It's open to the public. It's an intimate setting. So
Right.
get your tickets. You don't want to be tardy to the party.
Tickets are only
Absolutely.
Tickets are only $20.
They're $20. They're already on sale.
And that
You can
number
either-
right there that's going across.
Yes, you can either pay via Zelle or via Cash App.
Right there,
They're
going
$20.
across. I see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
we-
sir. So, Mr. Chancellor, if you have not gotten your tickets yet, I need you to go ahead and purchase your ticket. And not only you, but bring a friend and a friend and a friend, okay?
You got it. You got it. Thank you. I appreciate
We
it.
don't-
All right.
We don't take checks.
And if you don't have friends, we got some single ladies that may be there.
There's gonna be a bunch of them there.
All the single ladies. All the single ladies. I mean, hey, we are having cocktails and
I'm not single.
conversations.
I'm not single. So.
We are having
So
cocktails
all
and
the single ladies
conversations.
at this table, raise your hand. Put your hands up.
Hey, all the single ladies,
Okay.
all the single ladies,
Uh-oh,
all
we
the
got
single
one.
ladies, all the single ladies.
Yeah.
See, I don't want to get into it. I can't lift my hand. But,
Awesome.
Okay, but yes, yes,
Oh,
indeed.
man.
Okay, so once again, everybody, if y'all missed that, again, we are having a meet and greet on December 9th. That's a Saturday evening from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tickets are only $20. It is dress to impress. So come with your come dress to impress, basically.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have some vittles for y'all. We got some entertainment. We're gonna have our moderator, which is gonna be the hostess with the mostest, Amanda
absolutely.
Allen is gonna be in the building.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And a live interview.
Yes, indeed. And
We
we got
going all the way
we got
to
some
11.
great entertainment in store for y'all. So listen, y'all want to go ahead and get your tickets now.
Uh-huh.
We have limited space, so it's first come, first serve. So get your tickets. What you waiting on?
Mhm.
What you
Right.
waiting on?
Absolutely.
And we're going to feed y'all.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
And we want to say hello to all of the
What's the
people that are
location?
watching us live. How you doing, Edie? How you doing, Paula? How you doing, Mike? How you doing, everybody?
Yes, how you doing,
Cheryl.
Mr. Derek?
Hi, Derek. How you doing?
Hey, how y'all
How
doing?
you doing,
Thank
Sharp,
you.
Paula, all you, Dirk, Katrina, Letitia,
Yes.
all of y'all.
And then,
Carlton.
and now
Thank y'all
I
for
just want to
coming.
add the
Marcella.
location to our meet and greet. It's at the Quality Inn and Suites, West Chase, 2130 South Sam Houston Parkway.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to have
Okay.
another flyer to follow that up. After this show, we'll be posting our flyer. So again, all the information that you will need will be on that flyer. So
Just go
again,
over to Everyday People, Everyday Conversations,
Yes.
with an S on it, and you will be able to follow and know how to get your tickets and everything else to join us live, baby. We look good in real life.
yes, we do. How we look on virtual is how we gonna look in person.
Yeah.
No filters,
Yeah.
baby. No, I'm just playing.
So
No
without
filters
further
needed.
ado, y'all, we are bringing up our main topic tonight.
Yes, indeed. Y'all ready for it?
Yes.
Y'all ready for it? Can we get a drum roll, please?
Drum roll.
All right. Our main topic tonight is gonna be family secrets that are swept under the rug.
Under the rug.
Sweep under the rug. Okay,
How
let's
many
talk
y'all-
about it.
How many of y'all got those family secrets that are, I think it's a little bit of crazy in my family.
You know what? You ain't the only family.
Everybody-
Everybody got to look
Just a
crazy in
little
their
bit.
family.
Everybody got a little crazy.
Y'all do.
I stepped on some toes. Okay.
And you know what? You know what? With me, I feel like sometimes I can be like a black sheep in my family
man.
because I'm the type of person, as my epic family knows, I speak my mind.
Yes, she does.
Right.
You
Yes,
know,
she
and it's not to be offensive, but to me, it's just
You're
it
right.
kind of it hurts my insides when I don't
You
speak
got to
my
hold
mind.
stuff in, huh?
So it's
Right.
like it just got to come out, or else I'm just gonna fall out if it don't come out.
And
So-
see, me, I'm the type I like to hold stuff in, and then that one person make me upset, it's coming
Right.
out.
It's the atomic
coming
bomb,
out.
atomic bomb. No.
I'm more at, I've been a little bit of both of y'all at some point in my life. So I'm a mixture of both. I do speak my mind, but then again, I am very calculated in what I do. And I'm
Right.
not emotionally driven anymore because of being 52 and maturity. I learned what have gotten me. It got me removed from my job, my weapon taken from me in 9 months of, going through trial. So I learned how to balance my emotions. When the DA
Right.
look at you and say, this woman is a walking time bomb, I said, who he's talking to? They were like, you. And, felony charge kind of came in the scene. So I had to learn quick to choose my battles and to, just understand, not be so emotional.
But you know what, Tiff? I do agree with you,
Mhm.
to a certain extent on that, because I do know that with age comes maturity and all of that other stuff. But I do believe in picking and choosing your battles. But to me, it's like if you don't address something like head on, it's
Right.
not. At some point, you're gonna
That's
address
not
it.
good.
And when you address it, it's gonna be with the emotions. See, I don't try to be emotional. I'm just kind of like I'm very direct.
Mhm.
But then it's like a lot of people can't take my
emotional.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of people-
emotions behind it.
a lot of people can't take my directness. It's like it's
See,
offensive.
Passive
you know?
aggressive.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
passive.
No, it's just straight aggressive
And
with
I'm-
me.
I'm
I know
passive.
And
that.
it's just, you
At the
know,
beginning.
yeah, it's just straight true. I just shoot straight from the hip. And I'm not saying that that's always a good thing, but a lot of people, most people can't take that. And it's like
Yeah.
I'm learning that as I get older, but it's like I guess you could say it's a painful growth pain or a
Yes.
painful growing pains, whatever. But
And I've been there.
and a lot of people, like I say,
I was
within my
hurting a lot of people, but I was telling the truth, and I was like, why am I hurting you?
Because
And
it's
then I
the
had
truth.
to learn. I had to learn too.
And in my
to be
family,
more effective when I'm talking to people, and I learned the way to be more effective. And sometimes I came out and my, emotions came out with what I'm saying because I was so passionate, and that's why you like you are. Because you're so passionate about you saying you're so
I'm
sincere.
passionate, and I
You're
just
so sincere about what
Right.
you're saying.
Yeah.
And it's not personal, but it's just that, just
Yeah.
that.
And
So,
and then
I
it's
get it,
like,
I get it.
and in my family, it's like they again
What do
they
be
they,
saying?
they call me like the little chainsaw, cause babe, I cut you off in a minute.
Chainsaw.
I
Right.
cut you off. I got cut you off. It's like I've been saying what I said. If you don't change, cut off. That's it. I'm
Yeah.
done with you.
Right.
And then it's
Right.
just like, and so I've been deemed to kind of be like the black sheep because it's like I just have like a no nonsense type of
Mhm.
aura about myself. And everybody is like, with me being the no nonsense person, the people that I surround myself with tend to be they take more than I'll take.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dang, y'all don't see this. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
Like, I know that y'all see that that's out of order, but I'm the only person that see a problem with this. But
Right.
then everybody that's around me like, it's okay. No, it's not.
Have you always been like that? Because
Yes.
some people
Oh, man.
be like me. I was kind of like that, like in high school and in college or whatever. But then it seemed like the older I get, I'm more like I hold stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think I'm probably, and I know this ain't really saying much, y'all, but I'm probably mellowing out as I get. So if you know me now, you probably didn't want to know me when I was in my 20s.
But we have somebody that said,
Well, damn.
Miss Paula said that, what do you think about this? All situations do not have to be addressed. And I agree with that too.
Well,
It depends
'cause
on
to
the
me, it's like, if
situation.
it
All
bothers
not
me,
need to be addressed.
if it bothers me, at some point I'm going to address it. Like, if I don't address it right then the later on it's gonna probably be even more aggressive.
Then it's just gonna be worse.
And so it's just like, I don't know. I'm sorry. To me, if it bothers you, you have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And addressing it doesn't mean it has to be with aggression, but a conversation needs to be had.
A lot of times
I'm
when
not there
people-
yet.
You know, a lot
No,
of
no,
times,
I'm not there yet.
a lot of times people are afraid to go and address things because sometimes people throw temper tantrums when they don't have their way. So when you address things, do you come to it with an open mind to hear as well as give your opinion?
At first I do.
Okay.
But if you don't give it, if your energy is not like receptive to what I'm trying to say, then
Right.
I'm
There's
like,
no
okay,
point
bam,
then.
okay, well, this is what it is, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like, at that point, if you're not giving me the right energy back, then I'm closed-minded. But at
Okay.
first, I'm open-minded.
Okay.
But you gotta give me back what I'm trying to give you.
Got it.
Exactly. If it's going to go somewhere.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that
That's-
conversation is
you know,
going to go
that's-
somewhere,
that's-
then the person has to be receptive to the
Yeah.
energy that you're giving, because if not, it's just going to be cylindrical and you won't get anywhere.
It's gonna be offense. We're gonna be at that point. It's like we're gonna be exchanging offenses,
Yeah.
and it's like a lot of time I think that's what happens in families, because it could be years and years of stuff that has been going on, and people think, well, it's just the way it is, or that's just been tradition.
That's not right.
F tradition, okay?
Yeah.
If it ain't right, it
For
ain't
real.
right.
Yeah,
Speak
that's
up
true.
and say
That was the-
and
something.
just
that was the
because you
culture.
elder don't mean that you right either.
Yeah,
That was the
You
culture
know,
back then.
We have,
yeah,
you know, a lot of times when you were kids, and I know for, me and my family, as a kid, people think that children are not people, and
Yeah.
that we don't
Right.
remember,
Mhm.
that
Right.
we don't see, that we don't hear. Kids, a lot of times, they don't address stuff, but they address it in their head.
Yeah, I remember a lot of
So,
shit.
I
was
saw a
kid.
lot of things
Right.
going on in my family that I knew were wrong.
Mhm.
And then these same people as elders try to hold me with a Christian a Bible to beat me on my head every time I stood it up. I'm like, but I remember you,
yeah. You used to, yeah,
I remember you.
Uh-huh.
You had a
Right.
Snuff.
you had a
yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
You had a husband, and I know that.
You
I
had
know,
no
I
side
know that you had a
piece.
boyfriend and a husband. I know that you was dating this man for 10 years, and then he was married. Y'all wasn't living all that right, but in my family, we kept each other's secrets, and we
Yeah.
didn't talk
And
about
to
it.
me, and when I say secrets, I'm not saying be in each other's business per se, but if whatever you're keeping, if it's harming someone else,
Yeah.
then you probably shouldn't keep it. Like, okay, in other words, like if you married, then of course, whatever, unless it's like abusive or some type of domestic violence or something going on,
Mhm.
like whatever going between that man and that woman is between that man and that woman, and what goes on in their house is their business. But if whatever is going on is hurting anybody or it's affecting anybody negatively, then hey, speak up.
Mhm.
I mean, let
Right.
everybody know what's going on. To me, it's not
Yeah.
healthy to hold secrets that you know is hurting yourself or somebody else. Like,
Right.
speak up.
Yeah.
And I know
Absolutely.
one family, they have this guy, he's a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pedophile in their family. And numerous kids over a span of almost 60 years has told or made some type of allegation that this man has done something, you know, sexually to them.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you see him, this man is at every event because he comes with the money, he comes with the things, the youngsters and the old people, they kind of like want to sweep it under the rug because this person been in the family so long, they don't want to cause no problem. But you
Right.
got all these generation of men that's destroyed, and because, and I truly believe it's because of that one person. You know, just me being on the outside looking in for so many years, this one person has done so many things to these boys and men in the family to where your whole lineage of men are destroyed. And it's because of this one man, because nobody want to address it.
Mm-mm.
Nobody want to,
Right.
nobody want to confront that situation. It's ugly, it's bad. You don't want to, have the family turn upside down, but it is. Because you got a generation of men that are just rotten and doing so many things to other people, drinking, drugging, because of the pain and all. And I guess when somebody hits that on the head in his family, you're gonna be surprised how much come out.
Right.
And you know what? Sometimes it needs a. I'm the type that's like, and I know a lot of most people are not like me, but a lot of people try to avoid confrontation. I run to it if I know it's going to solve something. It's like they like I don't want to cause let's cause confusion today because no, I'm tired of this. Like I don't mind if I know in the end it's gonna fix it. But a lot of people, they would rather just be like, no. And you know what?
They wanted to go away. They think it's gonna go away.
But you know what?
By
And
not saying nothing.
that's keeping the peace and making peace is two different things.
Absolutely.
Keeping the peace is keeping your mouth shut, knowing good and well that something ain't right is going on. But no, I'm a peacemaker. I'm not a peacekeeper.
Yes.
I will not keep the peace of something. I will cause havoc if something ain't right. Yes,
I might disrupt peace.
Yes,
Yes,
I'm a peacemaker. No, my goal is to be a peacemaker. Like I made peace by bringing all those demons to the forefront and exposing them demons, and then let's get rid of them. I ain't gonna keep peace by keeping the demons.
But you got so many people scared of the results in the family, especially the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of defensive. They can't fight for themselves.
There's a song by Migos that says straightening. You can't get shit straight unless you straighten it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
let's straighten it out.
Yeah, I already know about
I ain't know
that.
who sung that song, but I know the song. So Chancellor, man, give us your input on that. Like, what's your take on that?
I think I'm very similar to Anika and a combination of Tifko. I do keep things in. I do tend to keep things in, but at the same time, there's a particular dichotomy that I'm battling with, because if I have the ability to say something and I know it's going to help someone and I choose not to, then that says a tremendous lot about the type of person that I am, right? That says a lot about the kind of caliber I possess. If I'm able to speak up and help somebody and I choose not to, right?
Yeah.
You might not know that, but God knows it, and God's watching everything. So if I'm presented with the opportunity to say something and possibly make some positive changes, and I don't want that. That's not anything I want to continue to live with it and have to think. And I don't ever want to be like, damn, I should have said something.
Right.
I never want
you can save somebody's life by saying something.
You can save somebody's life by saying something. You can save somebody from a lot of trauma. Vashawn mentioned that Tifko mentioned that people go through drinking and drugging because of what they've been through, right? And that's something that I dealt with, right, as a former alcoholic and drug addict. Trying to drink away pain and soothe all the hurt that I felt when somebody should have probably said something.
Right.
And
if somebody was honest with you, that probably could have prevented you from going down that whole journey with the drinking and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And those results,
and those that could have, and I didn't have any DUIs or anything, thank God, but it's like, my health was affected. The potential for something happening to me was great. All these things could have possibly happened, and they didn't, because, my grandmother kept her hand on her Bible. you know, when I would leave the house. So she watched over me, and she had God watch over me. And so that's a testament to that. Right. And through that, I have a testimony about that. So if you're placed in a position to say something and you don't, you got to think about, what does God think about that? Right. What kind of person does that make you? You didn't say something because you didn't want to piss somebody off.
You have to confront that big elephant in the room.
You do. You really do.
Within families. And that's how you start healing. Once you get knowledge of it. So, you know, once you're knowledge of it, that's the reason why sometimes people make movies and they say, I make this movie just to bring a conversation up. To bring the conversation. So that's how you have to be sometimes. Like she said, you might have to disrupt peace sometimes to make peace.
And you know what, with simultaneously with that, like, so if there's like a whole bunch of strong personalities in the room, you're gonna need somebody with a level head. Because again, somebody like me, like, I know my personality can be, again, it can rub people the wrong way, but at the same time, I would probably need somebody there to kind of like mediate, to facilitate it. So it's like, I encourage anybody that may be having some family issues that need to come to the forefront. Bring an outsider in that's like maybe a trusted friend. That's gonna be non-biased, that's gonna be honest, and like that'll let y'all hash out y'all differences, but they have to be non-biased and they have to be willing to keep order in the situation. Because if you hot-headed and they hot-headed, they ain't gonna fix nothing.
Well, you know, that's gonna be the problem anyway, because once you reveal somebody's secret, they're gonna be upset.
Yeah, that's a fight.
They're gonna be ready to fight because that's gonna be their reaction to being exposed.
Right.
Nobody wants to be exposed, but when you expose, and that's how you can heal.
Hey, I have a comment over here from Amy Taylor. She says, bringing it to the forefront is cool, but are you prepared to help them with therapy once it's all out?
Yes, absolutely. Wholeheartedly.
Also, she's saying not having the resources to process afterwards can be just as damaging as keeping the secret.
You know what? To me, me personally, I can't speak for nobody else. I'm not going to start a journey with you that I'm not willing to finish. I'm not going to start nothing. So if I'm willing to sit up here and have a conversation with you and have an uncomfortable situation, oh no, we're going to go through it from beginning to end.
Now I commend Tiffany on that.
Yeah, like I'm not going to start it and not finish it.
Because I always tell people all the time, don't come talking about all my faults and stuff. You're not trying to help me.
Yeah.
My grandmother taught me that, and she was big on that. My grandmother, if I would come in and have something negative to say about anybody, she said, what have you done to help them?
Yeah.
So that's the question we leave on the table today. Exactly. It's more than just going and confronting people about their issues. Is how are you going to help them? If it's safe.
Yeah.
Now you can't help somebody that's demented in the mind.
Yeah.
You know, just you gone. But how can you safely help someone?
Yeah, I mean, some things you have to kind of use a certain level of discernment and a certain level of common sense. You know, some things may be a little too far gone. There ain't really nothing you can do about it. You just have to find a way to maintain your peace and just kind of keep it moving. But if it's not a situation where it's not too far gone, then I encourage people, like all families, because everybody got a black sheep in the family. All families got secrets.
Pink one, a pink sheep.
Yeah. We all got those secrets.
A red sheep.
Because I'm still finding out I have uncles out there. Oh,
wow.
Yeah. I went to, like, last year, one of my uncles passed away, and at the funeral, I found I got a whole nother uncle. It's crazy.
But you look like him?
No, not really.
Okay.
But you know, I haven't seen him in a while, so I don't know what he looks like now. But I would say that my granddad was out there, so it could be possible. You know, but I was just shocked. You know,
and it's just like breaking generation, and it's a lot on a person who's called to break generational curses, which is why again, if we kind of get the ball rolling right now, we'll help save the next generation coming up. Like a lot of people, like I said, I think I'm the only millennial on this panel, but I know me personally, I'm called to be a generational curse breaker, and so whenever I do have my children, I don't want my children to experience anything from the past generations. I want them to have a clean slate and be able to live and just move forward in life. But it's on me to break the curses, which is what I'm trying to do.
And when you break, and that's how you break generation curses. Breaking generational curses is breaking the secret.
Breaking it.
Stopping the secret and changing the behavior.
Stop the lie.
And understand where it comes from. Because you know,
Absolutely.
like when there's a pedophile in the family, do you know that they come from a lineage of pedophiles?
Yeah, they've been violated. They didn't violate you. They've been violated too.
You know,
So we
you
got
know, just like ugly people.
You know what? I'm done.
You know, when you go follow ugly kid home, guess who else the door? Ugly mom and daddy.
Oh man.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I know. That's funny you say that too. That is so funny you said. I'm about to tell y'all something real funny, and I know we're gonna get back on the subject. But when my mama was pregnant with me, everybody said my mama, she would not play with ugly babies.
Oh wow.
Because she thought about playing with my mom was a young parent, but she thought about playing with ugly babies that I would come out ugly. So she did not. If she thought a baby was ugly, she would be like, like that's how my mom was. That's funny.
That's funny as hell. But you know, hey,
it worked.
And do y'all know also a lot of times if you think about, you know, like when your dad first had his baby, it's the same time you had yours, or when your mom had you, and that's the first time you got pregnant, or you know,
you and your sister the same age, y'all months apart.
Y'all kind of like do similar things. So genetics is something else.
Yeah,
DNA and genetics is something else.
History repeats itself.
It is jump. Just imagine you ever had like sisters, and then your nephew looked just like your Aunt B.
Yeah,
be like, you look just like Aunt B. You know, your kids look more like your sister than you.
Me.
Yeah. That lets you know
about
how generations and the DNA and genetics of a body is.
Yeah.
And so now, when y'all know those family issues and secrets and curses that's been cursed onto that family, then y'all have to stop them. Stop them. You know, if y'all know that, you know, that comes, you got to go stop. Hey, you know what you doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now that we're addressing this conversation, and let me retract something, not only because I'm a millennial, but anybody that's living in today, anybody that's in 2023, you still have the power to break generational curses. I don't care what generation you fall into, how old you are. I don't care, because I think 40s and 50s, I'm 37.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all still have the power to break generational curses. Y'all ain't too old to break them. Y'all are not too old to break generational curses. So break them, and then that'll fall up on your kids, and then your grandkids, and then y'all can save the next upcoming generation.
Right.
We're gonna be transparent today for all the people that want to be on this panel.
Yeah.
A curse it's my superpower as well as a curse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's being strong. This thing with being strong is almost like a curse also. And I come from a lineage of strong people.
Mm-hmm.
And they encourage you to be strong and not breakable, and don't know that, you know, that we're not built to just last like that. You know, it's good to have some strength in certain situations, but it's also good to be in touch with your feelings and stuff like that. And I took a long time to learn that.
Mm-hmm.
That it's okay to cry.
Oh,
yeah. It's okay. It's okay to love.
Then we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago. Look at you. Look at you listening to me.
Yeah. It's okay to love.
You've been taking notes.
You've been listening to me. And I know I talked to her and said that a couple of weeks ago.
It's okay to, you know, be vulnerable
a
little bit. You know, it's okay to be submissive.
Right.
See, I was taught never to be that. I was taught to never be that, to never cry, never show weakness, never, you know, stand on my 10 at all times.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't think I was necessarily taught that, but I think I've adopted that, because I know about maybe a month or two ago, we had a show about bullies. And so when I was bullied, like when I was, you know, in the kindergarten or whatnot, I developed tough skin at an early age. So I wasn't taught, but I learned how to just be strong, because I learned how to just be ready, just to pop off at any given point. And that was a learned behavior that I took from that age all the way into my adulthood. And I'm just now, believe it or not, I'm just now trying to learn how to operate in my feminine energy. I operated in my masculine energy for so long, and now it's like, wait a minute.
Well, that was
you're a woman.
That's what saved you.
That's what saved me. Being, you know, but I'm
that
like,
masculine energy saved you. But the feminine energy, girl, listen. Once I tapped into that, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
and I love it. I love it. You know, and a lot of times,
and the men love it too.
And I tell men, you know, don't make me go back into my masculine, because I can. I can stand 10 toes for what I believe and what I stand on. I love being in my feminine energy.
I'm
and
loving
let me
it
say
too.
that you stay being masculine, a man loving me properly.
Yes.
And then let me be the feminine energy that I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, it's okay
Yes.
to lean on other people. You don't have to be strong for everybody.
Right.
Yes, like feminine energy. Like I'm just now tapping. I'm just now trying to like tap into that area, and it's like I'm loving the journey of it, because even when I feel myself kind of like trying to go back to who I've learned to be, I'm like, no, girl, like you soft, you a woman. Stop that. Let that man get that dough. Let that man do this. Let that man do that. Like you a woman. Let them treat you like you the queen that you are.
And it's not just that getting the
Yes.
doors up. It's sometimes telling you and putting you in your place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Being
we're
submissive.
not going now.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Mhm.
We're going here. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes when in a relationship you have to listen to sometimes.
Yeah.
And you know, you can't you know, when you search in your masculine energy all the time, they won't allow you to. You be like, I go where I want to go. No, you'll be by yourself.
Be by yourself. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You got to learn to give and take.
Right.
Give and take. And I think it's important too, you know, for men and women to know their places, because your kids are watching.
Mhm.
And again, you want to raise productive kids and you want to raise productive people in society. So you don't want that girl looking at you always not bad talking because everybody grown, but you don't want that girl watching a mama always having to go back and forth with the man, because then she gonna grow up not knowing her place as a woman too.
Right.
It's like, and then you don't want this man being super dominating over this woman, because now you're gonna have this man thinking that okay, you can just control a woman. It's not controlling, it's called balance. You be the woman, you be the man, and y'all complement each other.
Amen.
Know how to take the lead.
Yes.
So I want to know this question, guys, and anybody can answer, even you, Brandon. Do you think that poverty is a generational curse? Poverty.
I think it's
Can be.
I think
Complacent.
it's a mindset. It's a
can
mindset.
be.
Complacent.
Would you say, Chancellor?
It can be. I think it can be.
Okay.
And why you think so?
I think people just get complacent sometimes.
They get complacent.
Yeah.
You get content, you get complacent, and
I've seen
you might think that this is just my lot in life. This is just how it's going to be. And if you're not
that's a
shown
generation
any
curse.
sort of
I watch
ways
mom
to
and
get
daddy
out of
struggle,
that.
so it's the way of life.
You know, I've seen this you know, way back in the 70s, some families, they were on welfare, their kids are on welfare, their grandkids on welfare, and it's their whole life, the soul system. They don't even know no way out. They haven't even been past the hood. They don't even know, you know, life. They know how to survive. They never learn how to live.
Yeah.
And that's a curse, guys. Just because you know your mama did it, your dad did it, or your family did it, or you know, that don't mean that you have to do the same thing.
Yes.
You don't have to walk in that same path. You can break the poverty curse, generational curse all your life. What do you think about drugs? Could that be a generational curse?
Yeah, because I mean,
so.
typically people do what they grow up seeing. So if they grew up seeing their parents do drugs, then they gonna probably do it too.
Except for weed.
Unless they, you know what?
Weed is
Unless
good.
they, I guess grow beyond it and have different experiences. If your only experience is watching mommy and daddy do XYZ, then that's probably what you're gonna fall into. Unless you're exposed to something different.
And I'm here to tell you, I watched a whole family, guys. Everything that I'm asking these questions because I've seen a family, entire family. They almost down to they was one of the biggest families, you know, that I knew. And I'm not going to say too much because people know who they are if you watch me. Biggest family that I knew, drilled down, and all of them, from the children to the grandchildren to the great-grandchildren, are addicted to drugs and ultimately are dying in the streets on drugs. Generational curse. And I'm like, who's gonna break it? And you can literally count the people in the family that are not. You can count on this hand the people that are not. So you don't have to do drugs because your family do drugs.
No.
Right.
Be the light.
Yeah, you don't have to be poor, you know.
Yeah.
You be that one that can pull, but that don't mean that everybody needs to depend on you neither.
Right. Teach them how to fish. Okay, you ain't gotta go out there and get it. No, you take them to the pond. You teach them how to fish and get what they want out of life.
Okay. What about a womanish attitude? Let's say this. Put the word out there. Whorish attitude.
Womanish.
Whorish, could that be a generational curse?
Whore.
People just they whole got a lineage of whores.
Honestly, I think anything is up for grabs.
It is the oldest.
Anything is up for grabs when it comes to generational curses.
That's all they probably grew up around and know.
It is the oldest
they're
profession.
Gonna follow whoever
and their kids is watching.
Exactly. Kids do what they see their parents do. So.
Yeah.
They have to be exposed to something different.
Mhm.
They have to be
Definitely.
exposed. And you know, a lot of people, like a lot of troubled kids, they, you know, certain kids, they'll go to school and they may lean on that counselor or that teacher that they feel and know really care. And then that particular child may they may have like a chance that the other kids may not have, because they see like a different avenue. They like, okay, this person that's not even my parent, they care about me. I can talk to them. They listen to me. You know, they value me. But every child don't get that experience. So that's why I say it depends on the experience which you're exposed to.
Yeah. And today, guys, we're talking about family secrets swept under the rug. And we put it in a nutshell that is generational curses. When you do that, that's how stuff go along and be trapped in your family year after year. See, Satan, he loves secrets.
Yes, he do.
You know, you got to reveal him and show who he is. You got to call that spirit that's in your family out. That spirit of poverty, that spirit of lying, that spirit of pedophilia, that spirit of drugging,
addiction,
all
like,
that addiction. You have to call it out. You have to call it out and speak it. Call his name. You know, don't be afraid to say it. You know, my family has been for mental illness. To me too. I mean, you know, generation to generation, craziness.
Yeah.
You know, like, we got to call it out, y'all. And today we just bring a light to it. And we just got to figure out how to pray the thing out, acknowledge what it is, and start seeking help, and be the one who break the generational curse.
Break them.
Exactly.
Break
Will
them.
you be that person?
I will be that person.
And I challenge you all, everybody's watching, be the one who break the generational curse and change it and start it over. Change the trajectory of your family. Change the direction of your family lineage.
Yes.
I don't care how far back in Africa the way it started, that hoodoo, whatever it is. You know,
you can break it. If you're
We can
alive,
change it today,
if you are 70 and you were alive in 2023, you still have a chance to break a curse.
The younger generation.
You ain't too old. If you were still above ground, if you still alive, break the curse. Break them.
Right.
Have those difficult conversations. Like I say, have them. A lot of people, they like to cower away from having difficult conversations.
Wait till they get on their deathbed.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't break the generational curse, you think the boogeyman in your family is dead, guess what's coming up in somebody's seed? Another one.
Yeah.
So
because you didn't break it.
Because you got to break it. Right in your own home. Right in your own home. The same spirit keep coming back to torment you. Who's going to take the challenge today to find out how to break generational curses in your own home? Because charity begins where?
At home.
At home. Before you go and start sweeping under somebody else's rug and try to help them in their family, start in your own house.
Yes, indeed.
Break the generational curses there.
What's the name of that gospel song?
What?
Sweep around your own backyard before you try to sweep around mine.
That's a church song?
It's a church song.
Oh girl, hey,
that's in a
teach me.
Well, you Alabama church.
Alabama, baby.
That's just clapping and tambourine.
So, Chancellor, if you could give any encouraging words to anybody who is dealing with any type of generational curses or dealing with any type of family secrets that they know need to come from under that rug, what would you say?
I would say you don't always have to look at it as this potential for disaster and huge confrontation. A lot of times I think all it takes is somebody speaking up, because some of them are just based on misunderstandings or just based on no one said anything up to this point, and it just takes you as a particular catalyst to say something, and then you can get the dialogue started. It doesn't always have to be you cowering away because I don't want that problem, I don't want to cause a scene at Christmas dinner and all that. It might not even go to that, but if you don't make that move, you'll never know. So don't view it as always this it's going to be this large world war amongst the family. View it as like I have the potential to make a positive change here.
Absolutely. And then I'm gonna piggyback off of that, because to me, if you're holding back what you really want to say and you're not addressing what needs to really be addressed, then to me, that's not authentic. You're not being authentic.
Right.
You're not allowing that person to be authentic with you
Right.
because you're being false within because you're not being true to who you are. You holding in stuff. Like
You holding
I'm
it
gonna
in,
just
yeah.
smile on your face, knowing I'm pissed off at you, knowing
Right.
you done did this, you done did that, but
Right.
because I'm scared of how it may make you feel, I'm not being true to myself and I'm not being true to you. So therefore, there's no authenticity there.
There's no authenticity,
And
and that's
so
eating
that's
you
what
up. You
you're
holding
waiting
that
at.
in, you holding all that in, that's eating you up.
Exactly,
It's eating
exactly.
you up. You
Talk
gotta
about
let that go. You gotta let that go.
Yeah.
And on the flip side to that, you bring this conversation up and you speaking your truth and you come in a peaceful manner, but yet you're misunderstood and become the villain. What do you do then?
I mean, at that point, because again, I experienced that a lot. To me, you know, I'm the type. It's like I fire off first and I reflect. I'm like, okay, maybe that was cool. Let me go back and fix that.
And she used to be bullied.
When
Right.
I go back and I fix it. But to me, I'm all about owning stuff. If I mess up, I own it. And I have I was staying 10 toes down. Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rub you the wrong way.
Right.
But at that point, if you don't accept it, then that's on you. But I know I meant it from the bottom of my heart.
Exactly.
So,
and I'm not responsible for how you respond to what I bring to you. That's not my responsibility. If you make me out to be the villain because I called you out on your shit, well, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, how's that working out for you? You know, I'll just be the villain then, but you're gonna know how I feel about you.
Yeah.
But then
we
again,
got a comment from Shade too.
Okay, go ahead, Shade.
She said sometimes people don't want to hear it, or they think you better than them. We don't know how to accept what people are trying to do.
Right. So that's a lot of times why stuff is swept under the rug because people are afraid if they say something that they'll be villainized or they'll be the one to be flipped on them. So all I can say to people like that, my suggestion is, speak your truth.
Right.
Go to it first, pray before you bring it to them. And and just be ready to be accepted or rejected.
Right.
Exactly.
And accept it. Like whatever the outcome is, it's like you at the end of the day, you know that you done what you had to do and what you could do.
Right.
And to me, if they can't accept it, like you said, Chancellor, it's on them.
That's on them.
Come out.
Yeah.
A lie can't live forever.
Yes, indeed.
So if you telling somebody the truth, they may not believe it. Then at some point,
eventually they
will be right.
Yes.
Because a lie can't live forever.
And
so
lie live forever.
Before we go, I just want Chancellor to you got me calling him Chancellor. B.
I love that
name. Hey, B. I just want you to give everybody your social media handle and where they can find your book that's coming out.
Okay. On Instagram, it's b.l.chancellor, CHANSLOR. On Facebook, it's Brandon Chancellor. And I don't quite have a link or information on exactly when the book is coming out.
Just let us know. We'll let them know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll provide that. Provide a link for that. Although you'll see it because I'm gonna flood social media with it when it comes. So be looking for
we better
it.
be amongst the first to get invitation, okay?
Absolutely,
we got it like that. I'm just saying.
For sure. Yes, you do. I'll bring books to the meet and greet if I'm able to.
Okay.
So.
Please do. Yes.
Okay, before we get ready to go, guys, we have one more person and we don't want to leave anybody out. But Dirk Richardson said, my dad didn't hug us, kiss us, or say I love you until I had that conversation. I went off after he said my dad didn't do that with us. So break the chains. Right now, be the change in your family.
Right.
Yes.
And until next week, guys, we see you right here Monday at 7 next week. See you. Epic out.
You.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us.
Thanks,
All right.
B.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for